Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about ocean pollution. That's the social cause that I decided to talk about. Um, that's Ali right there. So the first thing, the crisis. There is an enormous amount of plastic in our ocean right now, about 8 million metric tons, um, according to the Plastic Ocean or Conservancy study from 2010. So about 2.5 billion metric tons of plastic are sold, of solid waste is produced around the world. And it's just enormous, and it has a personal impact on us. And I'd say the biggest cause for concern, or what drove this social crisis, or what made it even more relevant, was the picture of that sea turtle with the straw up its nose. After that, you've had companies and and restaurants say, "Hey, we're not using plastic straws anymore." So on Mackinac Island, there's a store. They are only using paper straws now, and Starbucks in the future is going to be using lids that don't require strawless lids for their drinks. And there are currently 341 different types of species entangled. Um, and there's a graph in the PowerPoint which kind of goes over what types, um, even though each number might not be large on its own, when added up together, it's it's a lot. Um, uh, and my next slide, 7.1 from the table, goes over the types of material that have been collected from all of the um, from this survey when it comes to figuring out what types of plastic have been collected and when. Um, and it's all this plastic is in a lot of the products that we use. So I personally don't use the cosmetic stuff, but there's a lot of microplastics in makeup. Um, there's plastics in our food. So the microplastics that we might not be able to physically see are still floating around in our oceans, and it gets ingested in by all the fish and things that we eat, and then it ends up in our bodies. So we are also eating plastic. Um, so why fund this need to clean up the oceans? There are a lot of nonprofit organizations working on this. Um, they have a lot of volunteers, but all the equipment that they use, so the cost of fuel for their boats to help collect all the plastic from the sea, to pay their employees that work there full time, all the equipment, any maintenance that has to be done. And then there's a lot of money that goes into campaigns, marketing, advertising. So on 4Ocean, if you go to their website, as soon as you do that, you're just going to get nothing but YouTube ads for 4Ocean. And that costs a lot of money. Um, and speaking of that, what is being done? There are conservation groups and organizations such as 4Ocean and Sea Shepherd. And 4Ocean was founded by Andrew Cooper and Alex Schultz. And this organization focuses on getting rid of plastics from the oceans and beaches. Um, the pillars for their company from their website, um, the word ocean stands for optimized technology, create jobs, education and awareness, and a new global economies. So, they're able to collect all of this plastic through the selling of their bracelets. So each bracelet, the $20 bracelet, is made from, I believe, 90 or 100% of their recycled products. So the beads are made from the glass, um, and each bracelet removes 1 pound of trash from the oceans. And according to the website, in the last 2 years, 4Ocean has removed over 4 million has removed 4,022,701 pounds of trash from the oceans and coastlines. In addition to just conservation groups, federal laws have been enacted as well. So President Trump signed the Save Our Seas Act, which reauthorizes NOAA marine debris program through 2022, and it gives it $10 million a year to combat all of this ocean debris, because again, it ends up in our food and all the products that we use. And other countries have banned plastic products, so plastic bags, and even companies themselves have sworn to stop putting plastics in their products. And then, according to Nat Geo article, Coca-Cola, which also produces Dasani, announced a goal to collect and recycle the equivalent of 100% of its packaging by 2030. Pepsi, Amcor, Unilever, they've also pledged to convert to 100% reusable, recyclable, or compostable plastic packaging by 2025. And Johnson & Johnson has decided to from switching the plastic back to paper stems for their Q-tips and their cotton swabs. And then currently what's being done right now, on top of that, 4Ocean has a campaign called the OPR campaign. And they've got a big ship that comes out right to the source of the plastic, so the river mouths, the mouths of the rivers and canals, and they have a big net that they deploy, which collects all of these plastics and microplastics. And then once that's full, they send out two small skiffs or dinghies to come out and collect it. And once those are full, each one of those are full with their capacity, they take it back to the ship, and they're separated by different types of plastics and things to be recycled. And that really ties into why do I care? I personally, I love the ocean. When I visited Hawaii, I absolutely fell in love with it. My dream as a child was to be a marine biologist, and I'd love to be able to share the beauty of the ocean and everything that we have in this world with my children and grandchildren someday. I'd also love to scuba dive someday, not have to worry about seeing a turtle caught in a net. And that's what Sea Shepherd fights. Sea Shepherd goes and catches all their illegal nets and recycles them, disposes of them, and they've partnered with 4Ocean to fight the plastic in our waters as well. And I personally, even though it's not part of the ocean, I was at a trip to Mackinac Island, taking our little dinghy from our boat out around the island, and I was actually kayaking as well. And one day when I was kayaking, I saw a whole bunch of plastic in the water. And so on that whole 10-mile around the island kayak, I picked up as much plastic as I could from the water. And then when I went back out in the dinghy later on, I did the same thing. I found a few dead fish this time, plastic around them, and then a glass bottle or plastic bottle with some sort of love letter in them. And what do I want to do about it? I want to donate to companies such as 4Ocean and Sea Shepherd. Take part personally and pick up trash when I see it, because every little bit counts. If I'm ever near a 4Ocean cleanup site, I'd love to go there and volunteer and spend the day helping to make the earth cleaner. And just spreading the word about the need for change and purchasing bracelets, purchasing the 4Ocean bracelets like I have, donating to Sea Shepherd. That's all the little things count. And what still needs to be done, or what can we do about it as humans? Use those refillable water bottles. Use those water bottle stations on campus at Oakland. Pick up any of the small trash that you see, any cigarette butts, plastic bags, wraps. Recycle everything that you can, and do bottle return, because you can make money at the same time. And try to limit the use of those one-use water bottles that you purchase in the 6 or 12 packs at the store. And so let's really protect our oceans for the future, so that we can enjoy it, and so that our generations to come can also do the same.